What type of material to use is a question we get asked all the time. Flexible material, thinner, thicker, what's the mill thickness that it should be? Additionally, felt versus fiberglass, which type of coating should we use, a PE versus a PU? Those are all going to be very situationally dependent, and I could spend an entire day discussing these topics. However, at base level, what we're looking at is, does the structure to be lined, does the pipeline to be lined have several bends, offsets, or defective areas that are going to require a more flexible material that'll be easier to install, easier to invert, in which case we're going to use a softer, flexible, more material. Different manufacturers each have their own offerings for on the flexible side of things. That being said, one thing I try to shy away from is anything that is too thin. We really want to make sure that we're getting the design calc on there to ensure that we have a proper thickness so that we're restoring the structural integrity of that pipe as well. The exception to that would be any type of vertical stack where it's not necessarily seeing any type of soil or loading issues. The other thing is fiberglass versus felt. Obviously, your fiberglass materials are going to be significantly stronger than felt on average. As a standard, fiberglass far exceeds felt in that regard. As far as coatings are concerned, the softer coatings are fine compared to a stiffer coating. What you're going to see, though, when you're comparing is those flexible coatings and those flexible felts, and a lot of time the flexibility of a material actually does come from the coating. Is that you're going to see some sort of stretch or pullback scenario occur with those materials. So that's a consideration to take into account. If you elevate those inversion pressures, you may see your material stretch a little bit, so you're going to have to recalculate your lengths there. Whereas if you take something like the tried and true scrim liner, for instance, that's going to be a true measurement, almost dead on every single time, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult to install. It doesn't really like going around bends, specifically 90s, 22s, and 45-degree bends we're not so worried about. If you have any more questions about that, feel free to give us a call or drop a message below. We'd be happy to answer more. Like I said, though, this is a topic that we could cover for days. If you like our content, be sure to follow. If you want to see a topic covered, go ahead and drop us a line. And if you're interested in any of our services, absolutely give us a call.